So the P90 pickup is pretty famous for its raw, punchy sound, sitting somewhere in between a humbucker and a single coil, and is arguably one of the best pickups for rock and roll music. Lately, I've been wondering how much does the actual guitar change the tone of the pickup? And today I thought it would be fun to explore that and take a look at 3 guitars that I have with P90s installed in them and see how the guitar affects the classic P90 tone. Whether you're just curious or really into tones, this should be fun to check out. Before we get started, let's talk about the P90. It came out in 1946 to replace the Charlie Christian pickup that was very common in jazz boxes at that time. These were made with Alnico 5 magnets and used bar magnets instead of magnetized pull pieces like you would see in common Fenders like Stratocasters or Telecasters. These are still considered single coils, but tend to be a little bit more bust than your standard single coil pickup. Standard Stratocaster pickup, take the cover off, and each one of these pull pieces is magnetized with copper wire wrapped around it. Here I have a vintage dog ear P90, and as you can see, the construction of this is much different than the Stratocaster pickup we just looked at. And if you can see right here, there are 2 Alnico 5 bar magnets that are right up against these pull pieces. Another pickup that is a P90 is what's called the soap bar pickup, and that is called that because it looks like a little bar of soap. Same type of construction as the dog ear. You have 2 bar magnets running along the side here, connecting to these pull pieces, which magnetize that, allowing the pickup to draw from the strings vibrations. So 3 guitars that we're going to take a look at today are my Gibson ES 330, my Gibson Custom Shop SG Junior, and from 1953, my ES 125. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, and let's check out some pickups. Starting out, we have the Gibson SG Junior, and this is an iconic rock and roll guitar. The Juniors are very special guitars and sometimes overlooked, but the prices of these have just gone way up over the years. What makes these unique is that it has only 1 pickup, and it's kind of sitting somewhere in the middle of the whole guitar. It's not really sitting far back, so you get some twang, but it's close enough to the neck that you're actually getting a lot of meat out of this pickup and guitar. Being a single pickup guitar, you don't have another pickup here in the neck affecting the strings with its magnetic pole. Just ask guys like Phil X who swear by the single pickup philosophy. Whether you're aware of it or not, there's always a magnetic field that's happening around the pickup and your strings. The magnets are always wanting to pull down on the strings. Like if you have your pickup too high, your string's just gonna butt up right against it. So having another pickup here does affect that magnetic field around it. Having no pickup here frees it and makes this sound a little bit more open. It doesn't have to be an SG Junior, but any guitar with a single rear pickup is gonna give you a similar sound. Alright, so let's explore these pickups a little bit further. You just heard them in the track. Now we're just going to play some isolated guitar and kind of talk through it. I'm using the SG Junior to start with. We're running everything through the aux into the computer. I'm using my 65 Fender Deluxe amplifier, non-reverb. And for a little bit of gain, we have some overdrive from the Black Rose dual overdrive pedal, kind of king of tone-ish. So like I said, this is a wonderful rock and roll guitar. Great bite, but still full bodied from the pickup placement. cool thing about these guitars is that if you have a really well-made pickup, even if you have all of this gain on tap, when you roll the volume down, it will clean up nicely and will able to get you some clean tones. Another cool trick with this guitar is the use of your tone pot. So for people that are like, well, I just don't want to use a bridge pickup all the time, that's fine. You can actually use this tone pot to help you achieve some neck position type tones. Next up, the 1953 ES 125. Similar to the SG Junior in the sense that this guitar also only has one pickup, but this is in the neck. This guitar is very different from the SG Junior in every other way possible. Being a fully hollow instrument, that gives this guitar a completely unique character. The only downside to this guitar is that you're not going to have the proper bite that you would need like the SG Junior would have, since this pickup is so far away from the bridge. This is great for jazz and blues and a little more comping styles of music. So one thing to consider with this is not a vintage P90. This is one from the 90s, I believe. So don't factor that in of like, oh, this is a vintage pickup, so therefore it sounds a certain way. The guitar is vintage, the pickup is somewhat newer. So the deal with this one is single pickup in the front here. Volume and tone on these, you can warm it up if you'd like. All the way off. Add a tune there a little bit. Kind of would get lost in the mix if you add it all the way down there, so I think it just sounds great. And finally, to round us out, we're going to take a look at my Gibson ES 330. Both pickups are installed in this one. It's fully hollow like the ES 125, but has the bridge pickup like the SG Junior for extra bite and good rockin' tones. This one kind of sits in between those two in my opinion. Great guitar. 2 pickups in this one, so a little bit middle of the road of the 2 that we've looked at before. The bridge pickup here still has that bite, just like the SG Junior does. As we go to the neck pickup, warms up a bit, just like the ES 175 that we just saw. Really versatile guitar. You can also go in the middle here. This is what that sounds like. And if we add a bit of boost to it, here's what it sounds like. Alright, so that's a quick look on how the P90 Pickup sounds in 3 different guitars. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more gear demos and tone explorations. And hey, drop a comment below. What's your favorite P90 guitar or tone? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks.